Hard to imagine that it's so soon after that wonderful coronation. Can you believe where the days have gone, where the time has gone? And yet there it was, a worldwide celebration for the world to see. His Majesty the King, alongside, of course, a slimmed down monarchy on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. But as news stories and new sort of findings emerge over the last few days, it just proves how willing the King Charles, was willing to bend in order to make sure that he had the unique family photo that he really wanted on that very special historical occasion. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Hope you're well today. It's a strange thing, isn't it? Families, whoever you are, we all have our moments with them, don't we? We all have that sort of, what's the phrase? Black sheep of the family. Won't be able to say that soon either, will you? But there is always somebody, isn't there, that somebody tells you a story about when you're younger, and then you say, well, And that could now really be applied, of course, to the former royal known as the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. When you think about it, he turned up last week, and there it was, a marvellous event, an historical event featuring his family, the family full of history that he could have been part of. And yet, as many people pointed out, he could have very much solitary figure walking into Westminster Abbey alone, making contact with the Archbishop of Canterbury, and that was about it, really. And within 28 hours, he dashed back onto that plane, going back to California. Now, of course, the bigger problem was, as we all know, that at the time it was cited that only working royals would be allowed on the balcony. And there's been a bit of, well, shall we say, confrontation about that when you look also that not everybody was in fact a working royal. But the bigger picture truly was this, because according to a very good source, the king, as ever, was more than open to, shall we say, bending the rules. But there was one particular thing that, according to that good source, and as ever, we have to say allegedly, he wanted to stick by. You see, as you could see on the balcony, everybody looked joyous, happy, and you could see just how emotional the king had become looking out. Let's not forget, this was a sea that was normally stood by alongside his late mother, the Queen Elizabeth, our wonderful monarch of so many years. It must have been emotional to look to the side and not find her standing there, taking centre stage. It was for many people. This is a new era, the court of King Charles. But according to a very good source, there was going to be another balcony appearance. And I think this one is really, really quite sad. The king wanted to re-emerge back onto the balcony, according to a very good source, this time with just Prince William and Prince Harry by his side. That momentous photograph that would have been flashed around the world. He thought this was a great idea. So did Prince William, to keep the king happy, naturally. But of course, it couldn't happen because seemingly Prince Harry wanted, and as ever we have to say allegedly, to have his wife part of the celebrations. You see, the king, I thought, was very clever. By just including his two sons, he had no problem then with the wives. That includes, of course, Catherine, the Princess of Wales. And this would have made a rather unique picture, particularly on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Sadly, though, Harry had other ideas and wasn't prepared to move on this particular idea. It seems really sad, doesn't it, that he didn't allow his father this wonderful opportunity. But more importantly, looking back now at this period, you do wonder if he truly must think, maybe I made a mistake, because so many people within inside the palace courtier walls certainly do. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.